If a student is going to go to a different school, really at the choice more of the parent, in all fairness, than the student, you know, where you want to go and what school you want to bring the student to. I think the money should follow the student. And that's something that we want to do. We're having a hard time with the Democrats. They want the money to follow the union, to be honest. It's very simple. Give it to the union. But the fact is, give it to dues, because the union people are fantastic people in there. But the people that run the union, it's disgraceful, and the dues that they charge the teachers, and that's what it's all about. So I would like the money to follow the student, and this way you can make your own choice. If the school is closed, you know, why are we paying? If a school is closed, why are we paying the school? I'd rather give it to the student, the parents, and you do your own thing. And to me, it makes a lot of sense.
Secretary DeVos.
Well, and I would just add to that, Senator Tim Scott has a bill introduced in Congress that would do just that, would empower parents to make the choice for their children, to find the right setting and the right fit for them, depending on their circumstances. And with the President's bold leadership here, I think we can get it done. Congress can do the right thing on behalf of parents and their kids.
So, Mike, we'll let him know we're in favor of that. Tim Scott is fantastic, and the bill is really good, so why don't we do that, okay?
We will, Mr. President, I assure you.
Excellent. You've always been the school choice president, the school choice candidate. I know as governor of Indiana, Vice President Pence expanded charter schools and other educational freedom opportunities. And I will say that we as a nation can philosophically and politically differ on many issues, but I've never, ever heard a very compelling and persuasive, memorable reason why people oppose the kind of school choice that the two of you are fighting for. And school choice means parent choice. So our last set of questions really go to the parents and the importance of parents' ability to choose the right education for their children, particularly within this dual medical and financial pandemic. Mr. President, we have with us today, and I want to read it so I get it all right, Janie Neely of Columbia, South Carolina. She's a former public school teacher herself. She's a reading specialist. Her zone school district plans to provide full-time virtual instruction. She believes her high schooler will be fine, but her kindergartner has Down syndrome and must receive in-person instruction. Janie's husband, Chris, is here. He serves as the chairman of the President's Committee for People with Intellectual Disabilities. Thank you very much for being here, Chris, and God bless both of you and your children. Would you like to tell us a little bit, Janie, about how you're approaching this school year?
Absolutely. When schools closed in the spring abruptly, it was especially difficult for families with children that have special needs, because for us, it was like falling off an early intervention cliff. Schools not only provide the academics for students with special needs, but it also provides the much needed therapies and services to address developmental delays. And the structure and routine of school day is so critical for this population of students. It simply cannot be replicated in a virtual platform, and especially for a kindergartner with Down syndrome. Unfortunately, our school district has adopted a virtual-only reopening plan, and it's been extremely disappointing because as a parent, I wish that I'd been given a choice, because I know for a fact that this style of learning will cause my son to regress and to fall behind. And we were working so hard for him to be fully included with his peers. So my hope is that we can all work together to get in-person learning, especially open for the students that are most vulnerable, and to have that choice for parents, because I know my son best and I know what he needs.
It's really well said. So it's been a burden, a tremendous burden, and what you've been through has been a great burden, obviously. How do they change that? How do they change it? What would you recommend?
I think families with children with special needs were already carrying a pretty tremendous burden. We are constantly incorporating different therapies and things of that nature. What's nice about it being incorporated in the school is that it happens during the school day. Unfortunately, in my situation, we've now been forced to change and to find another school option for our son. We're fortunate because a lot of families don't have that option, because smaller schools, private schools, parochial schools may not have the staff and the structure to accept children with special needs. So there's not always that option. We're fortunate in that situation, but now my family's taking on the burden of not budgeting and planning for tuition. So having the dollars follow the student is very critical for a family like ours. And now I'm also having to plan all of his therapies on the outside. So we're talking about a kindergartner that's going to school from 8 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon, and then he has to have occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy all after school. That's a long day.
It's a lot of work.
It is. Thank you.
Fantastic job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How did she do, Krista? She did excellent. Not bad. Not too bad.